going to dance until the music stops. How about that? Next is one of our oldest and most cherished awards. As we heard in yesterday's luncheon, our thousands of volunteers help us fulfill our mission and purpose in the community. The George H.W. Bush Shell Volunteer of the Year Award is generously sponsored by Shell Oil Company. Today, we are pleased to have with us Shell's U.S. Sponsorship Manager, Heidi Massey-Bong, to help present the award to a remarkable man from the first tee of Northwest Florida. In the words of Executive Director Marty Stanovich, Coach Billy has been a chapter volunteer since the day 14 years ago that Adrian Stills and Coach Billy opened the doors at their programming location, Osceola Golf Course. He has served as board member, annual donor, mentoring program director, coach, and friend to so many people. In his personal life, Coach Billy is a model for what we would hope our children would grow up to become. He joined the U.S. Army and served with honor and distinction in Vietnam, receiving the Bronze Star. He worked full-time as an IT specialist for U.S. Naval Air Station Pensacola and has enjoyed a career outside of the military. He has long been involved in junior golf circles as a teacher and mentor with the Par 4 Golf Club. Coach Billy truly has a unique gift to communicate on the level of his students, no matter their age, ability, or walk of life. In the words of a grateful parent of 2 children in the program, quite simply, Coach Billy is the man. Join me and Shell Oil Company in honoring William Billy Brent as the George H.W. Bush Shell Volunteer of the Year.
What an honor. First of all, I'd love to start this way. Would all the veterans in the house please stand up and be recognized? This is your day. Thank you for your service. To all the Vietnam veterans like me, welcome home. (1964) was the year that I started volunteering, and it came in like a whirlwind. I made Eagle Scout that year. I was in the Civil Air Patrol. I was a Boy Scout instructor of the waterfront staff at the Phoenix Springs, Florida. And I did a lot of things with my grandmother, who ran the recreation center in Pensacola for 20 years. And she got me on that day, in one hot day in 1964. I won the chess championship, and she said, "I heard you won the chess championship. You're the champion." I said, "Yes, ma'am." "Well, those 5 kids right there, they don't know how to play chess." And she walked away. So I said, "I think Grandma's trying to tell you something." So I walked over to the kids and I said, "How would you like to learn how to play chess?" "I would love to learn how to play chess." I said, "Here we go." So I started that way. A volunteer is not born a volunteer. A volunteer is made. In order to be a made volunteer, you have to be a mentee first and surrounded by great mentors. Some of mine, Calvin Pete. I was real close to Calvin Pete. I wanted to turn pro when I was 50 years old. He worked with me and told me I wasn't ready. "But you're hitting the ball well." So I said, "Okay, Calvin, how about next year?" He said, "Same time, same station. TPC Sawgrass." So I went back the next year, and I worked 7 days a week. Rain or shine, I was hitting balls. He watched me, and he couldn't stand cold weather. I'm sure Pepper would adhere to that one. But he would stand like this and watch me, and he would say, golf shot, golf shot. I said, well, Calvin, what do you think now? He said, turn pro. I turned pro at 51. One of the biggest people in my life, one of my mentors, and I'm not going to cry, although because I might have some fellow airborne rangers out there that might think bad of me. But Charlie Sifford. I caddied for Charlie Sifford. And I think I was the first one that forced Charlie Sifford to be a volunteer. As he came off a green in Pensacola in the Emerald Coast Classic, I was caddying for him. A little boy walked up to me. He was about 8 years old. He had a golf ball in his hand. He says, can you get Mr. Sifford to sign this golf ball for me? I said, young man, I'm going to tell you, he does not like signing golf balls. But I tried. So Charlie comes off the green, gives me his putter. I said, Charlie, sign this golf ball. I told you, I do not sign golf balls. I said, but Charlie, this young man says you are his idol. And he wants to be just like you when he grows up. He says, where's your felt tip pen? So I got Charlie on that one. I have to bring this one up. Mr. Marty Stanovich, the executive director of golf, Northwest Florida, Pensacola, had the trust in me, knowing that I would do the right thing with the kids. He made me a golf instructor. Thank you, Marty. Adrian Steele, the pro at Osceola, Pensacola, Florida. We started it in Pensacola, 2004. We were the first two golf instructors. I was a pro at the time, and he called me and said, I need your help. So we started first tee in Pensacola at Osceola Golf Course. I've been there ever since. I also told everybody, I said, I'm going to remain a golf instructor until my last request is fulfilled. And they said, what's that? I said, when the bagpipes go down number 1 at Osceola. My grandmother, Corrine Jones. Can't say enough about her. It would take me 2 months to probably tell you everything. But she had a knack to bring in the community. She built the recreation center on donations from the community. But she would bring instructors in, instruments, donated by locals, local businesses. And she would teach any kid that wanted to learn how to play an instrument, piano, didn't care. She'd get it. They can learn how to play. I had to do 3 of them, although I loved the sports part, because I was a baseball player and a basketball player. She said, you could choose one. I said, okay, the cornet. Okay, I'm going to choose the other 2. I said, what's that, Grandma? He said, you're going to play the violin and you're going to play the piano. I said, okay, that's what I did. You have to remember that when you're working with kids, you also have to give them some incentive. And Marty will attest to this one. I started off, I'd say 10 years ago, giving out dollars. I said, okay, if anybody can answer this question, they got $1. Oh, I haven't answered yet. So now that has turned into a fiasco. They come to class now. Are you giving out any money this time, Coach Belly? But I do it to get the kids in a situation where they feel like, well, I can participate. If I participate, I might win $1. So that brings them out of that shell. I just love doing that. I'm going to end with this. And this is mostly directed to the young people here. This is coming from my grandmother when I was 16 years old. She said, Billy, do not ever forget the tree. And I said, tree? What, the Chinaberry tree? What tree? Don't forget the tree. The tree is your family. The tree is your community, your friends, and you are the apple in that tree. When that apple falls, don't fall far from the tree.